All right, so you want to find success while you're still young.
Yeah.
We're taking a look at this podcast episode.
Okay.
Aimed at a younger audience. See if we can uncover something
Okay.
that can be helpful for you guys.
All right.
And I have a feeling you're looking for something a bit more than just follow your dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into the practical steps.
Okay, cool.
That can actually make a real difference in your life.
For sure. It's definitely not about magic formulas or anything. It's really just understanding the basic building blocks for achievement. And I think this podcast episode actually gives some pretty good insights on that.
Let's unpack it.
Yeah.
They start off by talking about defining success.
Okay.
But it's not the usual success is personal kind of thing.
Of course.
What I really liked was this idea that success is something that can be fluid. It's not like a fixed destination.
It can change.
Yeah, it can change as you evolve.
Totally.
I like that.
Yeah, it definitely challenges that whole idea of a fixed endpoint. Like what you see as success when you're 18 could be completely different when you're 25 or 30.
Completely.
And recognizing that your definition of success can adapt over time is so crucial.
Yeah, it makes me think about those 5-year plan questions. Maybe we should be asking, what does success look like to you right now?
Yes.
And be okay with that changing down the road.
Yeah.
But how do we even start moving towards that success?
Well, the podcast really emphasizes consistent small actions. It's not about some grand overnight transformation. They use a great example of just dedicating 20 minutes a day to reading. Seems pretty simple.
Yeah.
But just imagine doing that every single day for a year.
Yeah.
For 2 years, for 5 years. The knowledge you gain just compounds over time.
It's like that saying, we are what we repeatedly do.
Exactly.
And they had another example that I really liked.
Oh, yeah.
Where they talked about this person who taught themselves how to code just by spending a little time each day on it.
Wow.
And now they're running their own tech startup.
That's amazing.
I know, it's incredible.
It really shows the power of consistency.
It does.
But of course, like any journey, it's not without its bumps in the road.
Yeah.
And that brings us to another important point that the podcast brings up.
All right.
The importance of embracing failure.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I used to be afraid of failure. Like it was a big, scary monster.
Right.
But the way they framed it in this episode was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. How so?
They were saying it's not the opposite of success. It's actually part of the process.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about shifting your perspective. You can think of it like this.
Every time you make a mistake or stumble, you're actually gaining valuable data. It's feedback.
Right.
That can help you adjust your approach and get closer to your goals.
So it's not about avoiding failure.
Right.
It's about learning from your mistakes.
Exactly.
And that kind of goes hand in hand with their point about time management.
Oh, for sure.
If you're wasting time on things that don't matter, you're not going to have as much time to experiment and learn from those mistakes.
Exactly. And of course, correct.
Totally. And the podcast episode even calls out endless scrolling, which I think we can all relate to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's so easy to just lose hours on social media without even realizing it.
It's true.
But if we can just be a little bit more mindful about how we use our time, we can create space for activities that help us move forward.
Right. They also talked about the impact of our surroundings. They mentioned the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah.
But they didn't just state the quote.
Right.
They actually explored the idea of actively choosing your circle.
I think that's huge.
Yeah.
It's really powerful.
It is.
Who are the people who inspire you? Who are the people who challenge you to grow?
Right.
Surrounding yourself with people who support you can make a massive difference.
I agree.
So it's not just about cutting out negative influences. It's about actively seeking out positive ones.
Totally.
People who lift you up.
Yeah.
People who encourage you. People who keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Building that network.
Right.
That can actually propel you forward.
Absolutely.
And they didn't spend a ton of time on this, but they did touch on the idea of giving back. Contributing to something larger than yourself.
Right.
Can really add another dimension to your sense of accomplishment.
Definitely. Makes sense. Yeah. It's about recognizing that success isn't just about personal gain.
Right.
It's also about making a positive impact on the world.
It's about leaving your mark.
Exactly.
even though this podcast was aimed at a younger audience,
right.
I feel like these takeaways are relevant no matter how old you are.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I totally agree. These are like foundational principles that anyone can use on their journey to success.
Yeah.
It just comes down to applying them in a way that works for you.
Right. In a way that aligns with your values.
Exactly.
So we've talked about defining success on your own terms. We talked about taking those small, consistent actions.
Yes.
We talked about learning from your failures. We talked about managing your time.
Right.
And we talked about surrounding yourself with the right people.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
To take in.
But it really boils down to you have the power.
You do.
To create the life that you want.
That's where it gets really exciting.
Yeah.
You've got all these insights now. So how are you going to use them to craft your own path to success?
Yeah. What specific action are you going to take today?
Yes.
To start building that vision?
Love it.
That's a great question.
Thanks.
And remember, success isn't a destination. It's a journey.
It is.
Embrace those challenges.
Yes.
Celebrate your wins.
Celebrate.
And never stop learning and growing.
Keep going.
You got this.
And that's it for this deep dive.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us.
See ya.